Hey everybody, it's Maggie Mulhern from Modern Salon. I am here with Dennis Lanni. We are backstage at the Oribe editorial obsession, and it's an artist perspective. It's all confused. What is the title of this program?
In artist perspective, me and Kian Hoang.
All right, so Kian and Dennis have put together this phenomenal program with an actual hands-on, but we just observed Dennis doing this amazing presentation on his model. If you check this out, and just tell us the background of this. You were giving an overview of how you came up with this.
Well, thank you, Maggie. I originally I was doing a job at the beach, and the beach was completely beautiful white sand, and then on one spot of the sand there was this black sand, um, and it just stood out, and I wondered. I was like, "Well, what is that?" And I had some magnets, and I was suspicious. I thought it was something that could be, maybe it was metal that was broken down from years ago, and I put my magnets in the sand, and when I pulled it out, it was incredible sculpture that came out of it. And I fell in love with the idea of maybe turning that into a crown or something, a tiara or something incredible. And so at that time, I went and I purchased rare earth magnets, and I thought that rare earth magnets are the strongest magnets on Earth. And I would get rolls of these, and smaller, in all different shapes and all different sizes. And I fell in love with the fact that I can do hair, create braids and a sculpture out of the head, out of hair, and then I would add the magnets to that sculpture, and then I would create something. I would put something to that. If it's stick pins or jackknives or razor blades, or in this case, it's
Yeah, so let's talk about
nails.
this. So slowly turn around. So you braided her hair first, and then you went in and put the coils. And what are the coils?
Uh, the coils are rare earth magnets,
Okay.
and
So and then
they're
and
sold individually. And
okay. So each one is either covering a braid or accenting a braid
or
or
accenting a braid,
okay,
absolutely.
and then you take anything magnetic, in this case nails, and nobody wants to give you too big a hug here. And then you just started putting stuff on top of it. And it's very interesting because you have this bag that was filled with these nails.
Yes, and I have some more right here. And at times I could take it and I would be able to just accentuate and create little clusters of hair out of the nails.
And then reshape it, show how you were reshaping it.
Yeah, well, I could just take it and I can turn it into something. And I've done it with steel pennies before. I've done a whole head of hair with pennies. And
For people who lose their bobby pins, this is so perfect for.
yeah,
Yeah.
I noticed there's it's done. It's used for kitchens. It's used for anything now. I noticed so
But
people
especially in
put
the
their
salon
knives.
world, everybody's like, "Where are my bobby pins?" And it's
Yeah.
like, "Let's track down this model." Okay, so first of all, is this heavy?
Yes, it is.
Okay, great. And you would be doing something like this, not necessarily red carpet, but for what?
Well,
Bridal?
you could use a couple of them and create your own little where it's not so heavy. This was just a presentation. I just thought it would be interesting to kind of show the fantasy of overdoing it, and it's not something that you would wear out unless maybe you're going into an MMA ring or something. But
And then you're really dangerous.
yeah,
But I love that you're admitting that it's overdoing it, but it's so cool. And
yeah.
I love how you, now, again, put your head down a little bit. Where did you get this, the Orbe?
These are from an old Pontiac Bonneville, and it's old car emblems, and I decided to, accentuate it, and I just used it as a background for the Orbe presentation.
Well, it's so funny. People ask all the time, where do you get your inspiration? And in your case, you got it on the beach, and then
did.
just did it there. So
Yeah.
right now, you're the most dangerous model in New York. I love that. And nobody
Or any beach for sure,
or any beach. So how do you take it all out?
with magnets.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just take magnets, I'll run it over the nails, and I'll just take out some. And some are not, they're just being held together by magnets. So I could just take them off in clusters, and then it'll start getting lighter and lighter and lighter. And then,
It's like, what are we
yeah,
doing that? So just do it very slowly. Just do a 360 again so we can see all sides of this.
yeah, quite amazing. And I really fall in love with this type of things because it's just playful. I've been doing hair for over 30 years, and I feel like blow drying, curling, French twists, updos, top knots, different ways of doing braiding, and I find that this is something that makes me happy, and it all led up to just being playful with hair and doing what my heart.
Okay, so to take this class, because again, there's a hands-on element, you go to oribe.com, I imagine, and how do we follow you?
I'm on Instagram as well and social media, and that's my only as Dennis, Dennis, Lanni, Lanni, and that's my handle.
All right, and how do we follow you?
Olivia Claire Hunter on Instagram, yeah.
Very nice, and I hope you get a picture of this one on
Yeah,
there.
same.
All right, thank you for giving us this
Thank you,
time. Thank you
Maggie.
guys for joining us. Bye.
Thank you.